You'll probably notice I'm wearing the same clothes and the same hat, same old thing every day and every day. Anyhow, this is Almon. I'm back again, and I'm doing all of this in one shot, and just gonna dish it out a day at a time. So we're on chapter 3 now, verse 1, and this is a story about Eve and the snake, and Adam the dumbbell. That's not biblical, but that's what he was. And now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, No, we may eat of all the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die. Is that how he said that? Tempting her. Surely you won't die. And he says, For God doth know that in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the young one saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit and thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. How is that? He was pretty dumb, you know. Satan beguiled Eve and, kind of coerced her into eating the apple. And Eve just comes on, Hey, Adam, check this out. Check this apple here. Taste it. It's really good. And so after they ate, verse 7 says, And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Boy, now that was really a smart move on their part. No, we screwed up. Better hide ourselves. So we'll do all this right here. And they heard the voice of God, the Lord God, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said to him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. Now how do you suppose he knew he was naked, unless he ate from that tree? And God, God wasn't stupid. He knew. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldst not eat? And the man said, The woman who you gave me to be with me, she gave me the tree, and I did eat. So there it is. There's the man, brave and strong, blames the woman. Not just a woman, but the woman that thou gavest me to be with me, she gave me to. So he basically blamed God for it. That's just my take. Take whatever you want. And so the Lord God said to the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life. So that makes it sound like maybe he got turned into a snake or something. And he says that I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And that, his seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. That takes a little bit of thinking on that one, doesn't it? I mean, what exactly does that mean? And so unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. That's pretty straightforward there. The man's going to be the boss, even though he was pretty dumb. Just ate the fruit of the tree without even thinking. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it, and all the days of your life. So, pretty good. God just said, I'm going to curse the ground for you, and everything is going to be bad for you. And then he explains what's going to happen. In verse 18, it says, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. And the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou returnest unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. And Adam called his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also, and to his wife, did the Lord God make coats of skins and clothe them. Now that right there, I've heard this before, that before then, no animals were sacrificed for anything, and Adam and Eve sewed themselves aprons out of fig leaves. But the Lord came and made them coats of skins and clothed them. So basically I got lost there, sorry. Basically what happened there is that God evidently must have killed an animal to make them coats of skins. And the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now let us put forth his hand, and take also the tree of life, and eat and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and placed at the east end of the garden of cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. So basically, Adam really messed up. He had everything, everything he wanted, just at his beck and command. He named all the animals, the birds, the fish, everything, the creepy things. He did all of that. He had all of that. That's what God gave him. And then he listened to his wife and ate from the tree, and she ate from the tree. So the two of them suffered the consequences. And the worst part was they both got kicked out of the garden. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had that kind of a good living, and then all of a sudden, because of one stupid mistake, I got kicked out of the garden, I'd be really sad and down in the mouth. Anyway, that's enough for today. Talk to you later. You know the trick, Subscribe, push the feel good button, ring the bell, whatever you have to do. You know what. Anyway, so I'll tell you goodbye until the next time. We'll start out on chapter 4. How's that sound? So you guys all have a great day. God bless. And love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. And here we go. Bye-bye. See? Bye-bye.